Africans, have you seen what's happening to Africans around the world? Have you seen what Chinese are doing to Africans? This is the time. We're gonna take this seriously. The time is up and now. Africans, have you ever been in an asylum center? Have you spent years upon years in an asylum center, not knowing when you ever be listened to and when you ever be able to travel? This is not joking, no joking matter. It's time for us to think how to go back to Africa and develop Africa. Even those who have been here for 10, 15, 20, 30 years, it's no guarantee, it's no assurance in the diaspora that they are happy. Home is home. This is a wake-up call for Africans to take back their land. I don't want to emphasize on who the Chinese are in relation to the amount of land that they've already usurped in Africa or taken over in Africa. And I don't want to talk about their activities in Africa, but all of us have seen videos online circulating with Chinese dragging Africans on mud, sending them out of their homes, then insisting that they should isolate in their homes without any access to the shops, nothing, and they don't have they don't have the right to travel out of their homes or get into the public transport. And let me remind you, Chinese population is about 55 million in the whole world, and they regulate birth date. I mean, the number of births that Chinese should they regulate them to one parent should giving birth to one child at a time. And what Chinese have done is that they have occupied land all over the world. They have and their intention is to take over our land in Africa. But the worst thing is that they have not even waited for that time to come, and they have not just followed maybe polite procedures to deceive us. The worst has come. They have been beating Africans, dragging them in mud, telling us that we are nothing, telling us that we don't have any right. And when you look back at what's happening, Chinese have taken our land in Cameroon. They have constructed, advanced railway station and security communication station and even police stations in Ethiopia. They are the ones who have taken up good positions in the World Health Organization and even the United Nations. They are also found in the Caribbean, and their intention is not just to develop these countries. Their intention is to put these countries into triple heavy debt, to an extent that these countries will not be able to pay back when they will be asked to leave. And the alternative will be for them to seize the land, stay there, even fight us with their army and send us away, or marginalize us and we become slaves on our land. But we don't have to over labor on this topic. The first thing is that those of us in the diaspora, we should start thinking of how to get back home. And my first tips are that we should train on a professional course. We should make sure that we train in a particular field. Then prepare ourselves, create means to have shelter back at home, create jobs back at home, and finally go back home. But the most important thing is that we should reassure ourselves right from the diaspora that we have a training course and we will have a home to stay when we go to Africa, and then our safety will be reassured. I think this is the time. This is the time for us to start thinking about what's happening to us around the world. Because those who have stayed in Europe, they will tell you that, or in America and Europe and in the diaspora and Asia, in diaspora in general, will tell you, all of you, that to start life in the diaspora is tit for tat. It's not easy. It's like hell. It's more than a prison. especially when you don't come officially with a job to work directly from your embassy, to work directly for your country. When you start asking for asylum, intending to stay, then expecting that the country's government to take over you, that is where you become so vulnerable, and that's where you have the real experiences of staying in the diaspora and having a choice whether to go back home or to stay. But at this moment, we should think of developing projects, training on professional courses, then building our shelter, so that when those who have not yet constructed back at home, so that when you are leaving the diaspora, you are allocated a house and a job, if possible an air ticket, then you go back home. We go back and develop our country and be happy at home. I love you. Bye.